Hi, do you know what happened on the way to this fifth video? God hijacked me to talk about a different topic. A topic that I did not expect. This is the second time that God did this to me. Remember, I mentioned in my last video that I was planning to talk about something else, but then He asked me to talk about barnacles. And this is the second time He did it again. But based on the title of this video, you know what my topic is already. But I want to share with you how I arrived at this topic because it's a beautiful story of a son's love for his mother. Once upon a Tuesday morning, just this December 1, after I finished my morning prayers, I asked God a question. I asked Him about my next video, so this is what I asked. Is it okay if I share about ants in my next video? God answered, it's okay. You will have to share about them eventually anyway. Sensing that there is something else in the way He answered my question, I continued. I said, oh, but do you have something else in mind, Lord? If I can, I will do it. Then He answered by calling me with His special name. He said, I would have liked you to share about my mother because it is her feast day on December 8th. Oh, I was really surprised. And I actually got goosebumps, but I continued and asked him some more. Oh, I answered, oh, I still have time to read and study and meditate on our Mama Mary, on our mother. Shall I do that? And he said, yes, please. Tell about how you have been struggling to also develop a strong relationship with her, but that you are not that successful yet, except for adding one more rosary every day. But share that you have always wondered why many religious, priests, bishops, cardinals have a strong devotion to my mother. Go research on this. I answered, yes, Lord, I will do that now. And thus, this is what I will share today. Isn't that a beautiful story of a son's love for a mother? In my previous videos, I always start by asking two questions. But today, I share you this story because I was so touched by Jesus asking me to talk about His mother. It's really something, and so I have to obey. And I followed Jesus' urging to do some research. So I also did that. And this is what happened. I remember before that uh, Cardinal Sin that used to tell a story that before he goes to sleep, he would also always say a prayer and then put a piece of paper with a prayer or a question under the statue of our Mother Mary. And I also saw other priests and some other cardinals, I forgot their names now, do the same thing. So at that time, I wondered, uh, is this a common practice? Why do priests and other religious have a very strong devotion to Mama Mary? But I never bothered to pursue my question. I just left it there. Maybe because I thought that there is no hurry to find the answer to that. But with Jesus urging me, then I have to do my research and then find an answer to my question. I found a document written by Monsignor Norberto Rivera of Mexico, written in July 1997. The title of the document is The Blessed Virgin Mary in the Life and Ministry of the Priest. He mentioned that since 1996, they have a yearly gathering called the International Encounter of Priests. He shared that Pope John Paul II, now Saint John Paul II, wished that the gathering will bear a profound Marian character, clearly showing forth the Catholic priesthood as inseparable from Mary's maternal action and presence. It is a rather long document, but it perfectly gives the answer to my question. And when I found the answer, I am really deeply and sincerely humbled by my ignorance. But the essence of the document says that devotion to Mama Mary is an essential part of priestly vocation because Mama Mary, through her example, shows a true servant and disciple of the Word. She cooperates with love in the generation and education of sons and daughters of the Mother Church. She is the perfect follower of Christ, and her virtues of humility, simplicity, and chastity are really worth emulating. Also, her attitude of listening and welcoming, especially shown during her Annunciation, is really something. And her obedience, her call to obedience, as well as her motherly mediation during the wedding at Cana, is shown when he told the workers then, "Do whatever he tells you." Also, Mother Mary has a very strong spirit of service and charity and a very strong prayer life. So now I I don't wonder why priests and other religious have a very strong devotion to Mama Mary, because she is a very, very good example of all that they have to strive for if they have to become priests and other religious people. Who is Mama Mary in my life? When I reflected and meditated on this question, I discovered that I have a running relationship with Mama Mary. I was just not aware of it because it's a kind of habit, and I also haven't recorded it in the same manner that I record my conversations with God in a journal. So I was not aware, but now that I reflected on the question, everything came coming back to me. I have actually been running to Mama Mary for a long time, especially since when I was a young mother with little children. I now remember that I would call to her, I would run to her and ask her questions on how best to take care of my children when they are crying so long and things like those. So now, this reminded me that I have actually been doing what Cardinal Tagle said in one of his homilies. This was during the month of the Holy Rosary, and he said, "If you don't know where to go, if you are not sure if there is someone who accepts you, turn to Mary." That's what he said. And I now realize that I have been actually turning to Mary so many times in my life. And I was reminded of this especially because now I sing to my granddaughter. I have a new granddaughter. And when I want to put her to sleep, I actually sing Stella Maris, uh, which is a song for Mama Mary. And I sing this, I'm able to put her to sleep. So I have this running relationship with her. I only need to develop it more. I only need to pay more attention to it. And I should probably write it in a journal also, in the same way that I write my conversations with God in a journal. That way I will remember it easier. Okay? And also, I remember now when I reflected on that question, I remember that at one time when I was still so high on photography, I wanted to document the many personas of Mama Mary. I wanted to take pictures of her and put these pictures in a book. I really wondered because she is known by so many names like La Naval, Our Lady of Perpetual Help, Our Lady of Immaculate Conception, Our Lady of Good Voyage, or like this, Our Lady of All Nations, Mediatrix, Our Lady of Sorrows, so many names, Seat of Wisdom. And I was so intrigued by this, and so I wanted to take pictures. But that project never materialized. I put it down because it involved a lot of travel to different places. So I could document the many faces of Mama Mary. So that's probably the reason why I did not pursue it anymore. But maybe I could pursue it again. I don't know. Maybe it's a third book. I'm not sure. Anyway, uh, so I am now resolved that I should pay more attention to my relationship with Mama Mary. I should develop it more. It should be as strong as also my relationship with God. And at this point, I would like to share with you a Bible verse very close, which has been very close to me. Every time I think of some things that I don't understand it, then this comes to my attention. And I quote here, this is from Luke 2, verse 19. And I quote, "But Mary treasured up all these things and pondered them in her heart." End of quote. I think I should really spend more time pondering on certain things so that I become enriched by all these reflections. And at this point, I would like to ask you, what about you? One, what or who is Mama Mary in your life? And two, what devotion do you have for Mama Mary? Please share your answer with us here. I would really like to know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and like also. And when you click on the subscribe button, you will see a bell. Ring that bell too. Because when you ring that bell, it tells YouTube that you should be notified of new videos that will be uploaded. I just learned about that lately. So do subscribe and ring the bell and click the like button too. I'll see you next time. Again, I don't know yet what my next video will be about. I might be called by God to talk about some other topic also. So just wait for it. Thank you. Bye. God bless you. Thank you for sharing this with me. Bye.